got Mamdani talking. Full panel here with me now. Scott Bolden, Newsnation political contributor. Erin Maguire is a Republican strategist. Steyerwalt, back with you know him. And Hannah Brandt, Newsnation political correspondent. Thank you all for being here. Hello to you all. What's going on?
Well, it seems like silly season all around in politics right now, but we are in an off-cycle year, so that's bound to happen. There is a history, and we've talked about a little bit about this, of presidents offering potential jobs in the administration to clear a field in a primary. You mentioned Arlen Specter to me.
I said to you before the show, I was like, remember Joe Seastack?
And I told you I did my
Democratic congressman in the Obama White House. Basically denied that they were trying to get him out and give him a job, and then it was psych, just kidding.
Right, and Mamdani here is saying this is being done behind closed doors and no one likes these deals. I think this is happening wide open in the public for discourse. Yes, that race is clearly showing if the field condenses, there's a better chance for one of them to win. I still don't see how Cuomo beats Mamdani, even if you take out Sliwa and Adams. But this is politics. Crazier things have happened. I'm not super up in arms about any of it.
Well, let's talk about Adams for a second. I never understood why Cuomo got in anyway. I always thought that helped Mamdani probably. But let's talk about Adams. This isn't an offer for Adams to consider. Remember that little indictment they pulled once Trump got into office and stuff? This is an offer that they're making that you cannot refuse. At least they could, because they're hanging that indictment. You know, indictments come back. Right. You pull them, then they come back, right? And so the real question is, how much pressure behind or arm twisting behind closed doors are they doing to get Adams out? It depends on how much they feel that Cuomo, with Adams out of the race, can beat Mamdani. But it doesn't. The polls don't suggest that. I agree with you.
Well, there it is.
I agree. Oh, my goodness.
You two agreeing
Let me come back on something else.
Anna, to be clear, this is a report at this point in time, but Mamdani went before the cameras and said, see, told you so, this is what's happening.
Oh, he's excited to tie the two together because President Trump is not so popular in New York City. It certainly doesn't help Cuomo to have the alleged backing of the president. And I think it's really interesting to think about, why would the president want to make this offer at a time when a lot of Republicans are excited about the idea of running against a Mamdani? That's someone they can point to and say, look at the Democrats, they're extreme. And then right off the back of that comes the midterms. That sets them up for success in some ways.
You think Hannah's onto something there?
Yeah, New Jersey gubernatorial nominee Jack Ciattarelli would very much, I'm sure Republican nominee would very much like a Zoran Mamdani mayoralty across the river in New York. That would be good. But here's the thing. Eric Adams couldn't pull his way out of a brown paper bag. He's
running like fourth.
He's fourth and at 5%.
Right.
So.
and the betting markets have him at 1% chance of him winning.
He's not a factor here. Curtis Sliwa is a sincere human being who means to be running for this position, and he has paid his dues in the Republican Party, and he is, from his days in the Guardian Angels, he has paid his dues. And the idea that Curtis Sliwa is going to say, I want Andrew Cuomo to be the mayor of New York City, so I'm going to get out, is hogwash. So
they offered him how about too, though, didn't they?
That's the rumor, but there's
what
no.
The rumor is.
Curtis Sliwa, I would be stunned if Curtis Sliwa said, "Oh, I'll give up."
Scott, to Hannah's point and to what Chris is bringing up as well, Bill DeBlasio, why I am endorsing Zoran Mamdani. Do you want Democrats coming out and saying, this is the guy, he's the one?
Everybody wants to be with a winner, and if you look at Mamdani's record, he's scheduled to win this race, at least at this point. And then he's on the ground, and he's talking about kitchen table issues. I wish the Democrats would talk more about kitchen table issues, about
what about rent freeze?
You can label him a socialist all you want.
Well, he
can label himself that. It's affordability, if you will. Taking police off the streets and putting them elsewhere and putting mental health workers to deal with the homeless is a good idea. These are practical ideas. Rent freezes. The very wealthy don't like it, but free bus rides makes it affordable for the average working man and woman, and they vote, and they like him. And if he can make New York more affordable, he is going to be certainly one of the most powerful Democrats in this country. Just think about it. Without the socialist label, I don't care who he is. If he can make it more affordable, he's on to something.
Well, socialism has yet to prove that affordability is actually working in the long term.
You're
Let's talk
smothering
about
yourself
vote real
in
quick.
labels. Let's
Real
not do
quick.
that.
He's the one who calls himself a socialist. Don't come at me about it. But let's be very clear. Bill DeBlasio is a known groundhog murderer. And at this point, yes, he did.
Killed one marmot, and the next thing you know,
He's a renowned groundhog
anybody
murderer.
remembers.
But this is
Cost him
also a
Iowa.
man who has, in the most extreme portions of his policy platform, one, been woefully inadequate, but two, is supportive of Mamdani in things when it comes to defunding the police and things like allowing for legal prostitution in New York. These are things that Mamdani has championed, and DeBlasio, who has a terrible record and has lost subsequently in New York for hire or other office, is not someone you really want cheering for you.
Here's what I think is notable. What you just heard play out there, whether you agree with Scott or agree with Erin, that would kind of be the national conversation around this.
Yeah,
Especially the
absolutely.
groundhog part.
We've seen Mamdani, I mean, to your point, he has made those comments about defunding the police and prostitution, making it legal, but he's run away from those comments, saying that's not where I stand anymore. That's not what I'm about now. The question is whether he's able to change that.
I want to give Stirewalt the last word.
Did you hear what the Republicans rebranded their big, beautiful bill?
It's
the
working
working families tax cut.
Right.
They're all socialists now, right? Everybody, Trump takes over parts of companies. It's the working families tax plan. Socialism is in, right? Donald Trump may have won these elections, but Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren have carried the day because both parties are economic populists selling a message of we're going to make the buses free or whatever.
All right. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Get people to work for free.